Good morning, and welcome to another ironic introduction to another video. Today I want to talk about a Google Play exclusive Spider Heroes Crystal Bundle. Do be mindful that if you are not on Google Play, that this bundle won't be available to you. I do believe the Apple version has like a Spider Villains Crystal Bundle. So if you are on Apple, please, confirm below, and I could comment on your bundle deal if I was able to see it. Unfortunately, I'm just not able to see it at the moment, but I imagine it's fairly similar. I apologize for the large delay on this video. I wanted to buy this deal just because it's $20 in the unit store, and I wasn't sure whether or not it was worth my money. So I was actually just going to be lazy, and I went all over to Prof Hoff's channel expecting to see this on there, and I didn't see it. So unfortunately, I did have to, do the critical thinking to decide whether or not I thought this deal was worth it. Spoiler alert, I've decided not to. Because it really comes down to the Kabam release of the new event. So we know the 8 champions that will be needed for the event. You're going to need Green Goblin, Vulture, Doc Ock, Venom, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Spider-Man Classic, Spider-Man Stark Enhanced, and Spider-Man Symbiote. So if I click on this crystal here, you can see that all of the Spider-Man are available in there for you. You could get any of the ones needed for this new event. So I already have them all, so I don't need it. The only character I don't have for the new event is Venom. And so I believe the Apple version has the villains, which would mean that if this was the Spider Villains Crystal, I would have that available to me. And maybe they'll flip it around the other way. As well as this Ultimate Crystal, same pool of champions, but now with an Ultimate Crystal. So when I went ahead and I looked at it, the crystals alone don't really entice me, right? Like, even for $20, I look at these 5 effectively premium hero crystals, and I look at this one effectively 3-star crystal, and I go, man, $20 for 5 2-stars and a 3-star really isn't worth it. But this one energy refill and these 1,000 4-star shards and 755 star shards for $20, that I've been itching to whale. Like, you have to understand, it's been really hard for me to wait. So for me, I was looking at it and I was like, I really wonder if for $20 I could get my whaling experience. But then I decided to buy the Grandmaster Daily instead, and that satisfied my itch. That said, my final review, anecdotes aside, is that this deal is actually really good for you if you need those Spider-Man in order to run the event. And perhaps you don't want to hope you get lucky in the meantime, and you don't want to have to grind out the 50 duels or whatever mechanic we learn, because you need to fight 50 of the same Spider-Man in the last week in order to get the champion. And maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you don't want to spend that time, or maybe you're also fishing for something to whale and trying to decide if this is worth it. I think that if any of those conditions are there, that adds value to this. I think that if you are a new player, especially if you are a new player, this is a really solid way to spend $20. I should say that I do think that $20 is going to get you a lot farther on July 4th. So I think that the last consideration for setting up a list of rules for what would make this a deal worth buying, I think the last consideration is if spending $20 on this deal does not impact the amount of money you spend on July 4th. Some people will not spend more than a certain amount of money on a phone game in a certain sitting, just because that's their mental limit. Like, they know in one paycheck, I just mentally cannot spend more than this much money, no matter how good the deals are. So if you're that kind of a person where maybe you do have the extra money on a week-by-week basis to spend $20 on the game, but you could never bring yourself to spend more than $100, so spending $20 here won't affect your deals in a week, this is definitely a crystal worth buying as a new player. That said, I know this was a little cyclical and probably on longer than it needs to be. I talk about this Mutant Catalyst bundle, but Prof Hoff already did a really great job. I've already watched his video. I have nothing else to add. So that said, I will talk to you all later.